Hi there. So, I want to talk on a topic that is probably very familiar to those of us that are grieving or, are going through difficult times. And that is the topic of depression and loneliness. Now, it's not very uncommon that we experience periods of depression or periods of being really lonely. And so I want to share something that's written from the book Good Grief. It reads: Eventually, there comes a feeling of utter depression and isolation. It is as if God is no longer in heaven, as if God does not care. It is during these days we are sure that no one else has ever grieved as we are grieving. It is true. No one has ever grieved exactly as we are grieving because no two people face even the same kind of loss in the same way. But the awful experience of being utterly depressed and isolated is a universal phenomenon. When we find ourselves in the depths of despair, as some readers or listeners may be even at this moment, we should remind ourselves that this is to be expected following any significant loss, and that such depression is normal and a part of good, healthy grief. And again, during the holidays, it is not surprising that we're going to feel these emotions even more. And so, if that's how you're feeling right now, know that what you're feeling, what you're experiencing is normal, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay there, right? For instance, if we're sitting in a dark room, all lights off, windows drawn, curtains drawn, we're in pitch darkness, we're going to feel a way, right? There is no light. Light can't get in if we don't turn on the lights, if we don't draw the blinds. And so, what I want to encourage you to do is acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge where you're at and why you're there, why you're feeling depressed, why you're feeling lonely. But I also want you to draw the curtains, to turn on the light, to allow yourself to feel some of the joy of these holidays, because it's only you that can actually do that. Now, am I telling you to force yourself to do things that you don't feel like doing? Yes and no. Let me explain. So, yes, sometimes we need to pull ourselves up and encourage ourselves. Sometimes we need to actively switch, the lights switch and turn on the light, and let in joy, let in happiness, let in people who are going to comfort us. And then there are times when it's okay if we need to just sit in it for a bit to be able to process what we're feeling and why we're feeling the way that we are, right? But I just don't want you to stay there. Don't stay in that state of depression. Don't stay in that feeling of wanting to isolate, because the longer you do that, the more you're going to feel that way. And so if you allow a little bit of light in, maybe just a little at a time, you may feel that you do begin to feel better. Find someone that's a safe person that you can spend time with, that can maybe help to bring comfort, bring joy, but let the light in. Let this season, the miracle of the season, also minister to you and bring hope. Wishing you the very best until we speak again.